Hey friends, thanks so much for tuning in. So for today's video, I'm going to show you how I made my own DTF transfers at home. And this is really cool because you're able to put these really cool designs on shirts, wood, trinket trays, all sorts of things at home. And you can even do this on dark colors, which is awesome. So I got the Procolored K8, which came in this really awesome crate. So this right here is the oven, which is used to bake on the powder on the transfer. And right here is the printer itself. And in the box comes a bunch of the stuff that you're gonna need to put this together and to maintain it. The best thing about this is that the directions are super duper clear. Not only do they have them on the box, but they also have a USB drive that has step-by-step instructions on everything, even maintenance and troubleshooting. A lot of the things that came in the box are things that I didn't even need today because they're just for maintenance later on. I've been wanting a DTF printer for a really long time, but all of them have always seemed really intimidating and extremely large. So this is great because not only is it compact, but it is beginner friendly because there's a bunch of steps that you don't have to take with this printer that you would with one of the bigger printers. So I got the K8 model, but this comes in two sizes, the K8, which prints 8 inches wide, and the K13, and that prints 13 inches wide, but both you can use all of the vertical space, so it doesn't limit you to how long your prints could be. I'll leave the link in the description so you can check out all of the details. And you can also pre-order on Kickstarter if you are interested in this machine. It is really simple to put together. I started off by removing the screw and then adding the holder. If at any point you feel lost, do know that in the USB drive, you are going to get video instructions on how to put this together. And the setup itself was actually pretty quick. I just removed the screws on the back and then added the holders, making sure that the little metal parts were facing each other because it's going to hold something. So once I removed the screw, I aligned the holder and then screwed it back into both sides. Now to the front of the machine, you just need to add the cutter, and this is just as easy. You're just going to loosen up the screws up front. You're not going to completely remove them, and then you're going to slide that into place. The whole setup process probably took me 30 to 35 minutes, and the reason it took me so long was because I was moving the printer around because I was recording. But otherwise, this would have been so much quicker. For the roll, I removed the little plastic tubes that came on the inside and added the ones that come with the holder. And once I put it together, I tightened it with the screwdriver that came with the kit and then slid it into the orange holder. Now you want the arrow to face this way when you put it on because you want the paper to go over, not under, kind of like toilet paper. Once you place it on, you have to move it all the way to the right of the machine, which at first I think I got this wrong. But once it's in position, you can go ahead and tighten on the little black parts. You see that screw right there? You can tighten it into place just so that it doesn't move around. And now you can connect this. This is literally just plug and play. And now you can feed your paper through. These arrows push the paper down and up. And now I'm going to add my ink. It comes with these funnels so that you don't mix colors. And you're going to add them right over here in that order. If you ever get confused on the order, it's also labeled on the outside. So you're going to remove this little thing right here, put your funnel in, and start pouring in your ink. I had a little towel around because I was very scared to get ink anywhere. So every time I'd remove the funnel, I'd grab my towel and I'd move on to the next color with a brand new funnel because I didn't want to taint any of the ink. The white is the most important color, so it has a bigger reservoir. I put my funnel in and then held it into place. And this I did slowly so that ink wouldn't splash anywhere. So I do advise that you do that because you don't want any ink falling on any of the parts. Cap that back up and you're pretty much done. You have this button here. This button is to automatically load your ink into the cartridges. This is a new feature on the Procolored K8 and K13 series. This is one of the reasons why this machine is so beginner friendly because that's one step that you don't have to take. However, you can still do it manually, which is what I'm going to show you right here. And doing it manually is just as easy and comes with everything you need to do so. I'm going to include syringes, which you are going to need to put this on vacation mode, and you're just going to pull through. You're going to lift up every little cartridge thing and then put it back and then move on to the next color, and it'll say the order of the ink. Now the ink that I'm feeding through, I'm not letting it go to waste, so I'm putting it back into the little reservoir. So you'll see me open that back up and just pour them out of the syringe. For every color, make sure that you're using a new syringe because you don't want the colors to mix into each other or blend. But this whole process was really easy. If you want to just use the button instead, it'll do it for you automatically. I chose to do it manually because the process of putting this on vacation mode is very simple. So I wanted to show how to lift the cartridge and how to use the syringes. So that's why I included this portion, but that button will automatically feed this through for you. Once you've got all your little cartridges filled and ready to go, you're just going to test one more thing, which is that other jar right on the side. And you're just going to take a syringe and just kind of pull it through. That is where your waste goes. And you just want to make sure that this isn't clogged. So you're just going to pull some stuff through and then cover it back up. So once you see that stuff is flowing, which I apologize that you can't see it in this video, you cap it back up. And now you can move on. So now you can install your software. You can actually do this whenever, but I do want to make a note that this does run on Windows. So in order to use this, to use the Procolored whole setup, you need a Windows operating system. These are some of the extras that came in the box. This is how you install your software. You're gonna plug this in and then plug that into your computer, and then you can start printing. If you've ever used a Cricut or a Glowforge, then their system is pretty similar. You just drop in your PNG, your SVG, you resize, and then you send it to print. And look at just how vibrant these colors are. The software is really, really easy to use, but again, on that USB, you are going to have step-by-step instructions on how to use it. There's all sorts of resources as well, and it's really, honestly, it's really not hard. You're gonna use the powder to set this all in place, making sure that you're not actually touching the ink, moving it side to side and then tapping off the excess. And now you're going to put it in your oven for 180 seconds. Again, all of this is on that USB, so you will not be lost at all. So now I'm gonna take it out. The oven comes with these little things in case it's too hot so that you can move it off to the side. And now you can press. You can press this on to a shirt or to whatever. Now, if you don't have the shirt press at home, that's okay. I'm gonna show you how I did it with my regular Cricut one. You can do it with an iron. I also did this on a trinket tray just to get like a different material. And I would honestly suggest doing a cool peel. So instead of peeling right when it comes out of the heat, wait till it cools down and then you can peel. So this is what this looks like. I've already washed this shirt once and the design is still intact. For this trinket tray, this is what I mean about a gang sheet. You can make this as long as you want. I only wanted 3 of them. And I'm gonna cut this down and use a tiny little Cricut iron on this. For this one, I did kind of mess up because I did move it side to side. So that did kind of disturb the image a little bit, but that was completely my fault. I should have just not done that. And once I peeled, there goes the design. Now for another shirt, I just used a regular Cricut heat press since it's similar to an iron. So I just put that on top and then I waited for it to cool down. And look at all the little intricate details. Nothing moved. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch it. And even with stretching, none of those little intricate designs on the side pulled up. So that was really nice. Also, if you wanted something longer, you can just rotate your image and cover more surface, if that makes sense. So you have so many options. I'm really excited to use this to customize a bunch of my plain t-shirts and make things for my kid's birthday, but you can totally use this for a business. This is what the trinket tray looks like, which I love. And here's that original shirt that I pressed. So again, if you are interested in a great beginner-friendly DTF printer, make sure you click the link on my bio. All the pricing for the Procolored K8 and K13 will be on there. And as usual, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.